The quarterback battle is heating up between J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold. Now, before we get you guys all the information you need to know about the quarterback competition, I want you guys to let me know who should be quarterback one week one versus the New York Giants. Type 9 for J.J. McCarthy, or if you're rolling with Sam Darnold, give me a 14 down below in the comments section. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, it is looking like the quarterback battle is heating up after the first couple of days of Vikings training camp. Will it be J.J. McCarthy? Will it be Sam Darnold? I think this competition is a whole lot closer than most people think. But let's start off with Sam Darnold here, as after day one of Vikings training camp, he was the no-doubt winner. He looked great through the 7-on-7, through the 11-on-11 period, and even connected with Justin Jefferson a couple of times on a couple of deep shots. And this was coming in from Alec Lewis, who was at Vikings training camp, as he tweeted out during day one, saying Sam Darnold just drilled Justin Jefferson on a deep play action over the top. 50-plus yards in the air. Beautiful ball. Justin caught it and skipped around. We're back. It was actually awesome. Jefferson's reaction after he caught the ball. He was doing like a Madden hurdle skip all over the sidelines. He was fired up about having Sam Darnold, absolutely lace him a football during day one. But I will want to make this point. This isn't new in terms of Sam Darnold dominating in training camp. We have seen in past training camps, whether that's with the New York Jets, Carolina Panthers, or San Francisco 49ers, he has looked great. He has lived up to the hype. But the question about Sam Darnold becomes, you can look great Monday through Saturday. You can look great during training camp, OTAs, preseason, the whole nine. But it comes down to Sundays. It comes down to his confidence when he's playing out there. And that's also why I am a big believer in Darnold, because I don't think he's ever gotten a fair chance to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. His situation with the New York Jets was an absolute mess. And then even when he came to the Carolina Panthers, that was a joke of an organization at the time, and they never really gave him a fair chance. But I do think with the Vikings support system, Kevin O'Connell having two elite receivers, two elite tackles, a franchise tight end, and also newly added Aaron Jones, this is going to be the best group of weapons and best overall offense Sam Darnold has played with in his entire NFL career. But it comes down to Sundays. You can get it done during practices, but can you get it done when it really matters the most? But I'll tell you what, the biggest winner from days 2, 3, and 4, J.J. McCarthy. Now I want to shut down the whole, I don't want to say allegations, but the whole drama around J.J. McCarthy. Did he have a good performance at training camp? Did he have a bad performance? Because there was a viral clip thrown out there of JJ throwing his only interception, and of course the haters decided to take off and run with it and, try to take a victory lap on saying he's not going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. Well, that's not true, because Will of Score North tweeted this out after day 3, saying J.J. McCarthy in that red zone 7-on-7 period was 4 of 5 through 3 touchdowns, still looking smooth and decisive. He looked great during that period. And also Ben Lieber, former Vikings linebacker, quote tweeted that from Will, saying his ball placement was impressive. And if there's any former player that is more tapped in with the Minnesota Vikings besides Ben Lieber, I don't really know if that's the case. He was at training camp. He was at the practices and has been absolutely raving about the former Michigan quarterback. But my favorite play from that red zone period was JJ found Jalen Nailor on an absolute dot in the red zone period. Now, Nailor was running a deep over, and he was going to the corner of the end zone, and JJ put the ball only in a place where Nailor could got it. Nailor had a hell of a catch as well, which we'll also talk about Nailor on a future show about why I think he is going to be wide receiver 3 for this group. But great to see Nailor playing well, and it's also great to see JJ playing well. But I do want to make this kind of note clear to you guys. JJ is going through a big mechanic change right now, as it is being reported that he is now going to his left foot forward being in shotgun. Normally he has his feet parallel to each other, but just how the Vikings offense works, they run a lot out of the shotgun. especially with the running backs to the left of the quarterback, and it just makes it easier to have your left foot forward. And also, I think that opens up the doors for some play or for some read and triple options, a new wrinkle to this Vikings playbook. But Dan Graziano of ESPN weighed in on the quarterback battle, saying this: "I see Darnold opening the season as the starter," which then raises the question of when the Vikings would switch to McCarthy. We don't know that answer, and it's possible the Vikings don't either. But they do have an early Week 6 bye that could offer a chance to make the change if McCarthy shows enough by then. And I'll say this, guys, where Patrick was wrong on the Vikings offseason, I originally said there is no way J.J. McCarthy plays his rookie year. I thought with the fact that he was 21, being a more developmental pick for Minnesota, I thought he would just sit his whole rookie year. They paid Sam Darnold a whole bunch of money, and I thought J.J. would just kind of stay, in the shadows a little bit during his freshman campaign. But I retract this statement. I actually think right now, in terms of odds, who's going to start Week 1, I would probably say it's 60% Sam Darnold and 40% J.J. McCarthy. But if you would have asked me that a couple months ago, I would have said 99.9999% Darnold is the starting quarterback. Well, J.J. McCarthy is definitely turning heads, and maybe that won't be the case. But speaking about McCarthy, I want to ask you guys this. After seeing some clips from training camp and just seeing how he carries himself and, listening to his press conferences, I want you guys to give me your pro comp for J.J. McCarthy. I threw out a more athletic and more mobile version of an Alex Smith before the draft started, or even a more athletic Andy Dalton. But, hey, you guys let me know your pro comp for J.J. McCarthy. Now, coming up next year, I want to give you guys my thoughts on what I would do if I was the decision maker with this quarterback battle, but that's coming up for you guys in just a second. But first, I got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is actually my favorite sponsor, Game Time. If you guys are looking to buy a ticket to any event in the near future, do it with Game Time. If you guys download the Game Time app, create an account, and use promo code CHATSPORTS, we'll hook you guys up with $20 off. Terms apply. Again, first purchase only, but if you guys use the promo code CHATSPORTS, you guys will get $20 off. And if you guys are looking to go to any Minnesota Twins games this summer, well, you're in luck because Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down as it gets closer to first pitch. So if you guys are a procrastinator like I am, Game Time is a great way to still buy tickets at the last second. But with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Now, they also have, concerts on there, other theater shows, other events, comedy shows, anything that requires buying a ticket, Game Time has it. So make sure you guys download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Now, what's my take on the quarterback battle right now? As it stands right now, and again, we can get more information, and this opinion can change. But I would lean Sam Darnold, QB1 for Week 1, but have him be on a very short leash. Now, why I would lean Sam Darnold being quarterback 1, a big reason of that is his contract. The Vikings gave him a signing bonus of $6.25 million and guaranteed money around $8.75. So this is a true $10 million contract for one season. And also, key note with signing bonuses, I actually just learned this weekend. Normally when NFL players do receive their signing bonus, they get all of that in about 10 to 14 days. So this is already paid out to Sam Darnold. So I'm assuming the Vikings are going to want to see what they have with Sammy D. Maybe they could even use him as a trade piece at the deadline. He goes out there, he's killing it, and he ups his stock with the Vikings. Then a team that maybe needs a quarterback due to injury midway through the year, they hit up Minnesota and say, hey, we'll give you a future 4th, 5th, 6th round pick, whatever it may be, and then land Sam Darnold. However, I will say this. I would make this an open competition during the preseason. And if JJ is the better quarterback, clearly you play him Week 1. So I am treating preseason as almost a chance for Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy to prove to themselves, prove their teammates and the coaching staff that they deserve to be QB1. I'm saying week 1 of the preseason versus the Raiders, I'm going drive for drive. Maybe you give Sam Darnold the first half, J.J. McCarthy the second half, and you let those two duke it out. And also in preseason, I don't think there's any reason to play Nick Mullins and Jaren Hall. Yes, this is unfair for those two, but I'm just thinking about the future of this franchise, and you got to figure out who is the better quarterback on this roster between, JJ and Sam Darnold. And my reasoning for this, because, I originally said even if JJ is the no doubt better quarterback right now, and it is clear at practice, I would still sit him to just, help improve his development. But my reasoning for this is the Vikings have a chance to make the playoffs this season. Play whoever gives you a better chance to win. And I was just looking at the NFC. It is wide open besides a couple of powerhouses in San Francisco and in Detroit. But besides that, I think the Vikings can go toe-to-toe with the Packers if you're looking at their full 53-man. And let's just say JJ comes into the league and he pops year 1 like CJ Stroud. I could see the Vikings potentially playing in a wild card or divisional round game, this upcoming season. But also a big reason why I would give McCarthy a chance is he has only lost 4 games he has started since his freshman year of high school. Not saying, quarterback wins are the end-all, be-all when evaluating quarterbacks, but I think it matters because I think this speaks to his intangibles and just his overall winning prowess, that this is his career record over the last 7 years of his career playing the game of football. Fantastic there. But also a big reason why the Vikings should maybe lean J.J. McCarthy is you're taking a look at what I think is the most improved aspects of the Vikings, overall team this year. I think the run game, because of Aaron Jones, will be top 15 in the National Football League. You upgraded the offensive line. You have these guys getting just a year, more familiar with playing for each other. Continuity on that group is one of the better ones in the National Football League, but also the defense. I think the defense is going to be elite because you got some dogs on that side of the football. I mean, look at the studs the Vikings have being able to be deployed for Brian Flores. You got the edge rushers in Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner. Got 2 good linebackers in Cashman, Ivan Pace. And actually got some decent players in the secondary, especially at the safety position in Metellus, Bynum, and Harrison Smith. And if Byron Murphy could have a breakout year, this year for Minnesota, you're looking at that cornerback room a whole lot different. Then you also got Harrison Phillips and guys like Jerry Tillery holding down the interior of the defensive line. And I'll say this, in terms of an improved run game and a better-looking defense, J.J. McCarthy knows something about leading a good defense and a good running game. As everybody likes to use the joke that he was a game manager at Michigan. And yes, for a right reason, he was just a game manager, but he was one of the best in the entire nation last season, and he ended up hoisting a trophy at the end of the year. So, originally I said I would let Sam Darnold play all of year 1, but maybe it's just a fan coming out of me that, that I would obviously lean McCarthy just to see what he has. But we also have some news. The Vikings do have a new starting kicker now, Will Reichard. John Parker Romo was waived early on this week, so Will Reichard should be getting the nod at kicker. He also has a Walmart sponsorship. This dude is just dripping in swag. He was showing up to training camp looking like an accountant, which I love out of my kicker. So hopefully Reichard can finally break this kicking curse here in Minnesota and maybe, potentially hit a game winner in the playoffs or to send the Vikes to the playoffs this season. But hey, if you guys made it to the end of today's show, want to get a real one roll call. If you guys did, give me a skull down in the comments section. I'm going to show you guys some extra love down there. So hey, really do appreciate you guys watching today's show. Quarterback battles heating up with the Minnesota Vikings. And if you guys want more around training camp, give me a follow on Twitter at PatSeeps. I'll give you guys a follow back. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Skol Vikes.